Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to tonight's Governance Committee. I'm Councillor Tim Lunnan and I'm the chair of this committee. There's no public in attendance, so I'm going to skip the section on fire alarms. Hopefully you all know how to cope with that in that situation. This meeting is being live streamed via the Council's YouTube channel. Please note there's no comments function as part of this webcasting. The Council is the data controller and will retain the data collected during this webcast. This will be done in accordance with the Council's published retention policy. Council are reminded to take note of what is displayed on the screens in the room, as this shows what's being recorded in the webcast. Cameras are currently set to capture you in seated positions, so please remain in those positions. Speak by pressing the button with the face on it. The microphone will go green when you are live. Please remember to turn off your microphone when you are not speaking. Moving on to the agenda, we're going for apologies for absence. Have we received any apologies for absence?
No apologies, Chair.
Wonderful. Item 2 is disclosures for interest. Are there any disclosures of interest councillors wish to declare? None taken. So, moving swiftly on, we're on to the minutes. Thank you. Does the committee approve the minutes of the meeting of the Governance Committee held on the 3rd of February 2026, a month ago? Fantastic. That is agreed. I will sign those minutes. Wonderful. Right. There is no public question time because there is no public. There would have been public question time if there was. Carrying on, we're on to item 5, the main item on the agenda. Right. Councillor Jones, just very quickly, any disclosures of interest?
None whatsoever, Chair.
Wonderful. And Councillor Kieran Khan, any disclosures of interest? Nope. Okay, wonderful. Right, so on to item 5, review of provisions relating to call-in and urgency. We'll now move on to this item. Details of the decision taken under urgency is attached as report LDS/244. We will be taking the agenda item as read and as well as the report. So the question I have, Councillor Quode, do you have any disclosures of interest?
Good evening, Chairman. Apologies for my lateness. No, I don't, but can I also give apologies for absence for Mr. Councillor Imtiaz Khan as well?
Yep,
if they've not been received.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Councillor Quo. So we're on to the only item that's published on the agenda, just for everybody's awareness, which is the review of provisions relating to call-in and urgency. For those of you who aren't aware, this details out any items that were protected from call-in during the year, and our job as the committee is to review those that were protected from call-in, decide whether we need to change the provisions relating to protecting from call-in, or if we're happy with how the system is operating. There was one item protected from call-in this year, as you can see in report LDS/244. It's protected by the Chief Exec. You can see the reasons given. So with all that bearing in mind, does anybody want to speak on this item? Nobody's indicating, so I will take that as, is everyone in agreement with the recommendation? There is no recommendation in the agenda, there is? Sorry, I should know the agenda. Yes, that no changes to the provisions relating to call-in urgency be made. That's the recommendation. Is everybody happy with that recommendation?
Agreed. Yes.
Agreed. Wonderful. That's unanimous. Okay, that's the end of the published agenda. However, we have got an AOB, so I'm going to pass on to Jane Cryer, the Head of Law and Governance, to just bring up an item relating to the Constitution.
Thank you, yes. The any other business is a proposed change to the Constitution, which will come through the route that my lovely colleague here is aware of the exact terminology for, and it's in order to ensure we are compliant with the Equalities Act 2010, and we currently have no specific provisions to enable members to take full advantage of maternity or paternity provisions, and clearly we need to change that as quickly as we can.
Does anybody have any questions on that? Yes, Councillor Irvine.
Sorry, I'm not up to speed with it. Is there a document that's been sent out? Okay, so how would that work? Because, basically, how would that work?
How it will work is that a minor constitutional change notice will take place, which will enable the facility for this to happen. Yeah. And then the detail of each application for maternity and paternity leave will be made through me, and notice will be given. At the moment, the position is that we have no facility for enabling councillors to notify us of any absences through maternity and paternity that they may require.
Councillor Irvine again.
I'm not against it, obviously, Chair, but I just wonder how it would have. I mean, I suppose you're in this situation of having a hung council. One person's absent because through maternity or paternity. Their vote, they won't be voting, so it will affect the could affect the makeup of the council and the decisions that it makes.
My only comment to that would be that could always have been the case. It's just that now they can actually formally notify the council that they're on maternity leave, whereas before they would just be regarded as absent. But, you know, women have always been... nothing is stopping women getting pregnant before this change to the Constitution. Councillor Lanza.
Thank you, Chairman. I support the change, of course. I just wonder how it was detected, the gap in the Constitution. Are we in the middle of a routine scan through that part of the Constitution or something larger?
The Equalities Act 2010 is a piece of legislation very close to my heart, and I looked at the Constitution here when I took office and noticed that that gap was there.
Beak, I think we're happy with that item. Thank you for bringing that forward to the committee's attention. There is no supplemental agenda. All I've got to say is obviously this is our last governance committee of the year. We might not all be here again next year, so thank you for being an excellent governance committee, being very speedy in your deliberations. And the next meeting for those who are on the committee next year is the 23rd of June 2026. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.